Good day everyone, I'm your teacher Froy, and for today's lesson I will going to discuss one of the topic in Calculus 3, the Maclaurin series. So are you ready to learn? So let's go! Let's solve and explore. First, let's define Maclaurin series. Maclaurin series is a function that has expansion series that gives the sum of the derivatives of that function. Maclaurin series was named after the Scottish mathematician Colin Maclaurin in the late 1698 to 1746. To represent a function as a Maclaurin series, we use the following equation that centered at x is equals to 0. So we have here a Maclaurin series formula. F of x is equals to the series of n is equals to 0 infinity. F to the n of a is over n factorial times x to the n. So according to this formula, n stands for the number of the term. N factorial is the factorial of n or the product of n and all the numbers less than n to 1. A is a real or a complex number, while f to the n of a is the nth derivative of the function f at the point a. Maclaurin series has a expansion series. So from this formula, we have to write the Maclaurin expansion series. F of x is equals to, we have to get the first term, which is the f of 0. Then the second term plus first prime of 0 over 1 factorial times x. The third term is double prime of 0 over 2 factorial times x squared. Then the fourth term was triple prime of 0 over 3 factorial times x cubed. So we have to make it short and so on. So that's it. Now we have here the steps on how to find the Maclaurin series of an equation. So first thing that we're gonna do is write the expanded formula of Maclaurin series. Second, let's proceed to find the value of f of x and its nth derivatives. Then substitute 0 for every variable x. Third, after obtaining the results, now let's plug in these results to the expanded formula of Maclaurin series. Fourth steps is, and then we can now find the Maclaurin series of that function. Last is our conclusion, where we can say that this equation has a Maclaurin series or not. Now let's try this example. F of x is equals to e raised to x. To answer this equation, we only need to do is to follow the steps. Of course, we have to write first the general formula of Maclaurin series, which is f of x is equals to the summation of n is equals to 0 infinity f to the n of a or 0 is over n factorial times x to the n. And for the expansion formula, we have f of x is equals to first term f of 0, second term first prime of 0 over 1 factorial times x. Third term is double prime of 0 over 2 factorial times x squared. And for the fourth term, we have triple prime of 0 over 3 factorial times x cubed, and so on. For the second step, let's now proceed to find the value of f of x and its derivatives. Then substitute 0 for every variable x. So we have for the first term, f of x is equals to e raised to x, and the first derivative of x is equals to also e raised to x, and for the second derivative of x is also equal to e raised to x up until to the nth derivative of f of x. Then you can now substitute 0 for every variable x. And class, always remember that any variable raised to 0 is always equals to 1. And for the third step, after obtaining the results, now let's plug in those results to the expanded formula of Maclaurin series. So we have to write f of x is equals to, we can see that the value of f of 0 is equals to 1, and then followed by the second term. First prime of 0 is also 1 over 1 factorial times x, and also for the second prime of 0 is equals to 1 over 2 factorial times 2 squared, and up until to the triple prime of 0, and so on. Then let's simplify. First term is 1, second term is x, third term is equals to x squared over 2 factorial, next x cubed over 3 factorial, and so on. For the fourth step, we can now determine what is the Maclaurin series of this function e raised to x. F of x is equals to the summation of n is equals to 1, because the first term is 1, infinity, and we need to get the x raised to n over n factorial. So that's it. And for the conclusion, we can say that this equation f of x is equals to e raised to x is a Maclaurin series. And to check, you can substitute n is equals to 1 to find that the second term is equals to x. So that's it. Let's end up here, and I hope you learned a lot. And thank you for watching.